United Artists Channel 63 presents the United Artists Sports High School Football Game of the Week.
Tonight from Ferndale High School, it's the Andover Barons taking on the Ferndale Eagles. Good evening, everyone. Dave Zorn along with Bob Griglack here from HANSON Field in Ferndale. And tonight the Ferndale Eagles have their work cut out for them. They are 1-4 going against a team that is 4-1, Bob.
A big difference in the records, obviously, but a big difference is returning players. You're going to see 3 returning starters for Ferndale, and of course most of the team is back for Avondale. So big difference there, and a big difference hopefully in the scores.
Okay, and a big offensive team for Andover. They've totaled 1,000 yards offensively rushing, over 500 yards passing this year. So a pretty good attack for Andover.
They look for a balanced attack, and I think a lot what they do is out of the wing formation. They'll throw a lot on the run, roll the quarterback out, and you'll see a lot of quarterback movement today. On the other side of the ball, you're going to see basically a straight eye, fullback dives and trap plays. So it'll be an interesting game.
Okay. We'll be back with the kickoff of tonight's game right after these messages. Stay with us.
When we learn, the world is rich with possibilities, and school is where our dreams take flight. A great novel gets its start.
Presidente KARLOS.
A language is discovered. A new generation of scientists explore. United Artists Cable is building a partnership with America's schools through an innovative project, Cable in the Classroom, sending programs designed exclusively for the classroom, providing new data and software tools. Teachers, parents, and United Artists Cable together, enriching the tools of education. A commitment to this community that each of us at United Artists Cable is proud to be part of, because excellence in education benefits every one of us.
Join us for Cable in the Classroom.
Brought to you by United Artists Cable, partners in Cable in the Classroom and contributing to the tools of education.
Welcome back to HANSON Field here at Ferndale High School, where the Ferndale Eagles host the Andover Barons. And tonight, a cool night, a great night for football, Bob.
Couldn't be better. About 53 degrees, little wind. Field's in great condition, and both teams are ready to play.
Last year, these two teams had some, I would say, pretty good seasons. This year, we can see that they're pretty much opposite each other. Exactly opposite each other.
Yep.
Andover 4-1, a very good season. Ferndale 1-4, having a rough start, and a lot of seniors graduating last year. They had a 5-4 record, and on the other side, Andover had a 1-8 record. So he has some seasoned veterans, if you will, on that squad this year, and that accounts for the 4-1.
Well, similar to the records, the returning players is the same situation. 3 returners for Ferndale and basically the whole team for Andover. And that's a good reason why the records are like they are. More starters have more experience, and that'll make a big difference. There's Ferndale. They're ready. We're about ready to kick off here.
And the Eagles, they've got to be ready. Taking on right there, you see the head coach, and that is John Brooks with the headset on. He is very excited about his team this year.
Yes, he's really into the statistics of the team. Of course, that might have to do with his new computer. I don't know. But he knows what his players can do. He has a good idea what their capabilities are. And I think he's going to try to stretch it to their limit.
Okay. Andover will kick off to the Eagles to start it off. Bill Allward back in the middle for Ferndale, and kicking off is number 84, Matt Robbins. Robbins will also do the field goal kicking. Robbins kicks it short to number 8, and that is taken by Morgan, David Morgan. Brought down at about the 30-yard line. And that is where the Ferndale Eagles will start on their first possession, and the first possession of the game. There you see head coach John Bazier for the Ferndale Eagles.
I think Robbins just wanted to get that ball up as high as he can to get good coverage. He's got a stronger leg than that. We were talking to the coaching staff earlier before the game, and they were saying, at least John Brooks was saying that he has a strong leg and has the potential to kick field goals up to 40, 45 yards. So we'll see more of him later in the game. He'll do both the punting and the kicking.
The quarterback is KARLOS Griffin for the Eagles. Their backs are Bill Allward and James Gatewood. And right off the bat, taking it is Morgan. Correction, number 4, the quarterback Griffin, on a keeper, and gained some pretty good yardage on a first down carry, Bob.
Yeah, just a straight fake dive up the middle. They're trying, Andover's going to look for the dive play, and if they fake it enough, they'll have to have the ends pinch in. The ends didn't pinch in that time. He got around and made a nice gain. Looks like second down and about 3 or 4.
The Ferndale Eagles, 2nd and 4. KARLOS Griffin, the quarterback. They run a full T occasionally, and offensive movement by number 64. And the first penalty of the game, that is DeRocha.
No excuse for that, just didn't know the count. He's a junior, 6 foot, 205 pounds, so he needs to make up for that and maybe open up a hole. You can see him right here. They go down the 3-point, and he just doesn't know the snap. There he goes.
Yep.
Nobody else moved, but he did. Consequently, a penalty.
And knocks him back instead of a 2nd and 4 now. It is 2nd and 8.
An awfully deep huddle for Ferndale. I'm surprised that they're going as far deep as they are.
I formation in the backfield. 2 receivers down at the bottom of the screen. If one slants in, we've got an interception. Off the hands of number 20, Allward. Allward tipped it up, and it was intercepted down there.
Juby Falcon.
Yep.
Well, we were talking to Coach John Brooks earlier, and Juby is one of their key players. He plays a lot on defense. He's inside linebacker, and right here, the end just comes in on a quick slant. He hits him, but the ball hit off his hands and right into Juby's hands, who makes a little bit of a run here, but is tackled pretty much after he caught the ball.
So big turnover for the Eagles on their first possession, and here come the Barons. And a big carry by Valdiviso on the carry, and a gain of about a couple yards. The quarterback is Griff Russell.
The Barons have a pretty decent sized offensive line. I think what they're going to try to do today is just try to wear out the defense of Ferndale. And again, as long as they keep running the ball and keep getting first downs, they don't have to throw.
In motion, number 32, Julie Falcon, who made the interception. Throwing, and just out of the hands of number 84, Robbins, and a good defensive play down there by the Falcon, number 88, and that was Mel Niffen down there.
Dave, that ball should never have been thrown. It was play action. It did not freeze anybody, didn't fake anybody out. They were looking for it, and actually the defensive player had a better chance to get that ball than the offensive receiver.
So the Ferndale Eagles defense standing tough now, 3rd and about 8. As Russell drops back again, rolls out in trouble, finds his open man, has the first down, and may have more. Touchdown. No flags down, and the Andover Barons score quickly here in the first quarter on a big turnover. Andy Phillips, a tight end who has compiled 183 yards this season on 12 receptions, and that is his 4th touchdown of the season.
You're going to see a beautiful play by the quarterback right here. He makes a nice fake. Now watch him step up in the pocket. This is what makes this play work. He steps up and throws on the run, hits Phillips on the run, and Phillips makes a nice run right here to get around. Could have been a clip there against number 88 of the other team. I don't know, but nothing was called, no flags, and the touchdown is good.
The Barons get on the board first thanks to a turnover by the Eagles. And kicking, Robbins makes it good, and it is 7-0.
That's 17 in a row for Robbins on extra points. He's been very consistent. He's got 1 for 1 so far this year in field goals. There's our score. Andover 7 and Ferndale 0. We're still early here in the first quarter.
Well, talking to John Brooks before the game, he said they will pass and they will go to the favorite receiver, Andy Phillips. 12 receptions this year and some big yardage.
As he mentioned, they're doing about 2/3 run, a 1/3 pass, but he'd like to see that more of 50-50. Whether it be yardage or attempts, we can't say. But right now his pass is working, and if he can use the run to set up the pass, he'll do it.
And Andover will kick again. Don't forget to tune in for the Road Show video program, Saturday and Monday nights at 9 p.m. right here on United Artists 63. And to kick off, here is, let's move that. Nice little move provided by Pat Collar. And taking it, number 35 for the Eagles, and a big run outside by James Burrell. Burrell now. The drive took a total of 34 yards, 31 of them through the air on the pass play, and 3 plays, 59 seconds, so less than a minute to score after the interception.
Not a bad way to start the game up.
Yep.
Well, here's Ferndale's second chance. Let's see what they do this time.
Again, Carlos Griffin, the quarterback. 2 men in the backfield, a hand on a straight dive, and piled up at the line of scrimmage are the Eagles. Not much that time. With 30 on the carry, and that is Michael Thomas. Thomas starting tonight. And it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up now for the Eagles.
Number 76 for Andover, Jeff Hom. He's 6'4", 247. He's going to plug up a lot of the line today. He's in that last tackle.
Offensive and defensive tackle, Hom. Power I formation. Here's Thomas again, trying to cut outside, and it is strung out well by the Barons. There to clean him up is number 34, Worthland. But stepping up there first was number 50, Hamburger. Dan Hamburger got up there initially to string him out, and then cleaning up, Worthland came in.
That was a great play by the linebacker that time. Anytime you run an option or something down the line, the linebacker's going to choose who he's going to take. That time, he chose to wait for the ball to be pitched because the quarterback had no room to go, and he knew it. He took the halfback in the backfield and didn't make the tackle, but basically stopped the play.
3rd down now, and 10. And a passing down for the Eagles. The Eagles intended receiver down there, number 81, Randy St. Laurent, and came up short that time, and a punting down now for the Eagles.
Randy's a tight end. He was pretty much wide open that time. He went straight off of the line, didn't get blocked, didn't get hit, and was open. The ball was just overthrown.
And the Andover defense is playing without their second leading tackler, John Little, but they are still very stable on the inside linebacker position. Worthland and Juby Falcon doing the job that time. Here to punt is Vineyard, Matt Vineyard, and the Barons will pick it up. Flag is down as number 26, Adam Chick, takes it.
Well, he called for a fair catch, and then you can't advance the ball after you call for a fair catch.
So that'll knock him back.
Exactly. And that's what the refs are going to discuss right here. Glad to see them here. They came a little late. We were wondering whether we would have some referees for this game. The old Zebras.
And last week the refs were here and tried to decide on whether we should start the game because of the tornado one.
It really wasn't their decision.
7:44 left here in the first quarter. The Andover Barons struck first on a big interception by Juby Falcon, the inside linebacker, tipped up and intended down there for Bill Allward, the back coming out of the backfield, and
he was open too.
He was open.
Yeah.
Just the pass was tipped up in the air and right in the hands of Falcon. Let's take a look at the punt return.
Well, you can see his right hand went up. You just saw at the beginning of the replay. His right hand went up, signaling for a fair catch. He cannot advance the ball after that point, and that's what they're discussing right now. What he does after this is inconsequential because you cannot advance it.
So now the referees are discussing the penalty with the Falcon captain, one of the defensive captains down there, on what the the Eagles want to do. Bob's looking for Falcon.
Yeah, I was looking.
I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of last week's game and how we should have done that. Down there is number 55, David Sabracha. And here's the call from the ref. Let's see what they're going to take. It's a clipping call.
We have a clip against the
It's a clipping call on the Barons, so they're going to knock them back 15 yards. Don't forget to tune in next week. You'll see Rochester Adams against the Royal Oak Dondero Oaks. And that'll be Saturday and Monday night at 7 p.m. right here on United Artists 63.
Where's that one at, Dave?
That'll be at Dondero.
At Dondero. Oh, great.
25-yard line, what would be 1st and 10.
I'm assuming, since the visitors.
Just in case anybody wanted to go out and see it, I thought maybe.
Well, here's the rule of thumb: the visitors are usually listed first.
Okay.
And the home team is usually listed second.
I can live with that.
Except if you're watching Channel 7, they do it reverse. Here we go on the first play of the new drive for the Barons, and it is number 34 on the carry, Worthland. Worthland goes offensively and defensively, and this time does it on a short carry. There you see John Bazier pacing the sidelines, already down 7-0, and hoping that he can hold the Andover Barons on this drive right here.
Well, he wasn't happy after last week's 35-0 loss to Rochester. And Rochester and Ferndale are comparable teams, size-wise, amount of players, talent-wise. It should not have been that high a score.
There on the other side, you can see John Brooks right in the middle of your screen, pacing back and forth as well. But his pace a little bit more comfortable, if you will. He's up 7-0 with 7:29 and counting down in the first quarter. 1st and 15 because of the penalty. As they were knocked back. And it'll be a 2nd and 15 now as the Eagles come up with a big play defensively.
Well, what they did that time, Dave, is they brought both of the linebackers in. You can't see it on your screen here, but they're pinching right in the nose tackle, and they push the offensive line backwards. They get a good rush and are able to take the ball carrier down before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Juby Falcon on the carry, and it'll be 2nd and 15 again. Nothing on the carry. One man in the backfield, and now the man in motion is Valdivieso. Passing again downfield and almost intercepted down there by Niffen, Mel Niffen. Almost intercepted that. It was just short of the intended receiver. Throwing into double coverage here, Bob.
Well, he's having a hard time seeing his receivers right here because a lot of the players are taller than him. I mean, that's the basic reason. Another reason is look at the rush. The rush is in his face. He overthrows that ball by a good 10 yards. Right there, way over his head. He's throwing to a spot and does not hit his receiver.
Oh, okay. So really could have been caught by 2 receivers because he had one receiver going the same direction, just ahead of the intended receiver. And that is why it was almost intercepted, because of the defenders in the area. Back to pass, Russell going deep. He's got his man. It is complete. Andy Phillips again, the tight end. Well, when you've got a receiver 6'2", 192, no wonder he's one of your favorite receivers.
He looks a little bit bigger than that, I'll tell you. Maybe
he does.
You're going to see a good arm right here, and he has a lot of time to throw the ball. This is going to make a difference. Here he goes, steps up and gets the ball deep. Lets Phillips run under the ball. Actually, Phillips might have even came back for a little bit. Yep, he had to wait for it. The defender basically did not look for the ball, because if he did, he would have had a chance to knock it down.
Ball at the 47-yard line of the Barons. 1st and 10 now. Handing off to the reverse man, and that was Valdivieso. Gain of about 2 yards.
Little counterplay that time, basically a little misdirection, trying to fake to the middle, send the tailback off to the right. Blocking broke down, and consequently very little gain.
6:18 left.
So we got a penalty on the play,
in the first quarter, and another penalty.
Looks like it's against Andover.
Andover has picked up a few penalties now, and they started off with a clip and then received another one.
Block below the waist, white. First.
Okay, a block below the waist on Andover, and that'll knock them back quite a bit.
Let me explain that rule to our viewers. About 15 years ago, it was legal to block below the waist. In other words, you could crack back block is basically what we're looking at. At that time, a lot of injuries, and the council basically voted that you cannot block below the waist on the line of scrimmage.
And that knocks them back 15 yards. It'll be, or excuse me, 20 yards. 25. So 1st and 23. And on the carry.
Aren't you going to ask me how I knew that rule?
How did you know that rule, Bob?
I was playing back then.
Let's take a look.
Well, this time he turns around, hands the ball off, gets out of the way, and watch this. Knew where to go. He actually runs into his own man, makes a nice spin, but then runs into the defense, and then he stopped. Fumbles the ball after the play, but he was down.
5:40 left in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd down and about 22 now. Only a yard on that carry by Falcon. That's why I'm saying
Here it
Falcon.
comes.
Russell throwing deep. He's got a man wide open. It's Phillips. And Phillips shakes a tackler. And it's down to 2 number 88s. Did he get in? Yes, he did.
Oh, what a play. I'll tell you, that play was almost a disaster and turned out to be a great play. I can't believe it.
Kniffen was the last man to try to get him. Let's take a look again.
Now watch this. He's almost sacked right here. Watch 81. He is right on him. I don't know how he didn't get him in time, but he got the ball off, got the ball to Phillips, and then watch Phillips run. Just turned it up. He's on a linebacker, so he's got some speed difference there.
Bracci almost had him, and here's Kniffen right before he gets into the end zone, and yes, he does. He stretches out. The knee did not hit. Here's the extra point. It is up. It is good. And the Barons lead now 14-0.
Good job by the holder that time. The ball was a bad snap. Picked the ball up off the ground, put it down, and 18 in a row now.
At 5:19 left in the first quarter, there's your score. Again, Russell to Phillips.
I hope for Ferndale's sake that they can come back and put some points on the board right here. After losing 35-0 last week, boy, I tell you, they need something to get going.
Don't forget to tune in to Transition right here on United Artists 63 every Saturday at 10 p.m. with host Jeff Miller. That's Transition. There you see number 3 on the Eagles, and that is Bernard Harris. What can you do in the backfield when you got a great receiver there, Andy Phillips?
Well, they made the right call on defense. It's just a split-second difference was the difference between a sack and a touchdown.
Robbins to kick off. He kicks it over to the sideline. It is still in and now goes out of bounds, and they'll kick it over. Or they can take it, let's see, where are they going to take it?
Take it at that spot.
They can take it at the 35.
Right.
Number of plays, 5. Time of possession, 2:36, and a total yards on that drive, 75 yards on 5 plays. Not eating up much of the clock. And that's because that passing game, they are very successful. Russell has hit Phillips twice for 2 touchdowns, and Phillips had 3 coming into the game.
Michael Williamson on that kickoff, by the way, if that ball would have bounced straight up, that's a live ball.
Yeah.
And he took a chance because they were coming. They were maybe 5-6 yards away when that ball bounced, and anything could have happened.
The ball went out at the 34. They said they're going to take it there rather than trying to get another kickoff and returning it. I formation in the backfield. Griffin, the quarterback, handing off to the tailback, Thomas. And Thomas struggling to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and does, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Juby Falcon made a great play at linebacker that time. He swung outside. The defensive end actually made the play because he shot up and forced him to turn inside. When he did, Falcon was there to make the tackle. Good defense.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
4:55 left in the first quarter. There you see some of the fans here.
Just inside the
35-yard
line.
We're at Ferndale High School. The Ferndale Eagles hosting the Andover Barons.
I guess he gained a yard.
Yeah, they gave him a yard?
Half a yard.
I don't think so. I formation again. Griffin to pass. He's going to take off. And he gained about 5 yards, and he finally brought down there. On the tackle was Feinberg.
Well, his excellent defense that time. All the receivers were covered. He just took the ball down and ran it upfield and got as much as he could. Looks like he got about 4 or 5 yards on the play. And it was a good, smart play by the quarterback that time, because if otherwise he just throw the ball away.
And they are not a passing team. Carlos Griffin is primarily a running quarterback. As we see right here, he takes it again himself, gets the first down, and maybe a yard or 2 more. So Carlos Griffin picks up the first down for the Eagles.
Well, it was a good play for the sake they got a first down, but it's bad for the sake that if you have to depend on your quarterback running every play, it's going to end up in disaster later on. Either he'll get hurt, he'll get his hands hit a lot, he'll have trouble throwing the ball. There's a lot of bad things that can happen when the quarterback carries the ball a lot. Not very many pro quarterbacks last long if they run.
Well, ask Rodney Pete. He's running the option in the pros.
He sure is getting hit a lot.
He's getting beat up quite a bit. Good thing he's got that week off. 3:28 and counting down as a full house in the backfield and breaking through for a first down. And probably the biggest carry, Bill Allward on a big run for the Falcons. Excuse me, the Eagles.
That play took a second.
What throws me off is the Scooby Falcon. He's on Andover.
Yeah, the Falcons on. Yeah.
Don't forget to tune in for Front Page Football if you're a football fanatic. The hosts, Kurt Sylvester and Mike O'Hara, talk to Detroit Lions every Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. right here on United Artist 63.
Is that just before our game?
Just before the Lions.
Yeah,
a little bigger game. Not that these aren't big. 1st and 10. KARLOS Griffin gives it to the counter man, which is Thomas. They faked it to the fullback going through and gave it to the man coming around, which was Thomas.
I'll tell you what, Dan Hamburger made a great pro-type tackle. Grabbed him by the belt and just threw him down on the ground. I like that. Comes from an ex-linebacker.
That's from that old-fashioned football you used to play, right?
There you go.
So many years ago, right?
Butkus, wasn't he number 50 or something like that? Oh, pretty tough guy.
Here you see John Bazier looking at a 2nd down and 11 now. And counting down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Pitching out, Griffin, and almost fumbling the ball is Allward at the last second. Griffin pitched it out, and the ball went right at the helmet of Allward. He brought it down. Let's take a look, Bob.
Basically what happens here is the defense makes penetration, forces the quarterback to pitch the ball before he wants to. They sealed off the outside. The tailback took the ball, didn't have a chance first if he had to catch the ball, otherwise it would have been a fumble. But you're seeing a little different defensive linemen than we've seen here on the game of the week. They're running a 4-4 stunt, so they're going to get in a lot deeper than a lot of teams.
I formation in the backfield. Griffin back to pass. He's going to unload down the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Harris. Bernard Harris had it and was hit immediately and dropped the ball with the jarring hit that he took.
That's a good offensive call. Play action pass, had time to throw the ball. Receiver was open, everything clicked. You can see right here, he's got plenty of time. And you can see right here, the pass is on target, but boom, he drops the ball. He wasn't hit, he should have caught it. No excuse for that.
The Eagles to punt. Punting it away is Vineyard. And it goes out of bounds. No return for the Barons, and they flag down a couple of them, as you can see to the left of the screen.
Well, that far down, it's probably an illegal block or legal use of hands, something like that.
All right, you.
Let's see what we got.
Maybe they weren't lined up long enough.
Let's see if they're going to knock them back even further and try to get a return out of it.
Oh, I would probably take the ball right there.
Let's see what they do.
Illegal procedure, Brown. Less than 6 men on the line. Less than 7 on the line. 4th down over again.
Okay, they're going to take it over.
Less than 7 on the line. Somebody was just a half a foot behind, probably.
Yep. They're going to want to return this.
Oh, yeah.
We're thinking here. So Vineyard again to punt. Matt, the senior, gets a bad snap, and he's going to have to run with it. So the play works out for the Barons.
Like I said, I would have taken it right there.
And another flag down, though.
They didn't have a choice, though.
Get another flag down. Let's see what happens.
Well, I see the units changing, so we got a holding.
Holding. Preliminary call.
Hold, Brown, refused, 1st down.
Okay, that pretty much spells it all out.
And there's the bad snap right here. You can see it takes 3 skips, and then he drops the ball. He could have got the punt off if he would have caught it. Tough call with everybody running at you. And good break for Andover. Boy, I'll tell you, nothing's going Ferndale's way here.
1:15 and counting down now left in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter. Russell pitching out, nobody there. He was pitching out to the ref. Free ball, and the Eagles pick it up. A big turnover.
What was he thinking?
Russell was thinking there was somebody there, and he thought he saw someone out of the corner of his eye, but the ref was the only one over there.
Well, you don't see that very often, I'll tell you that. Russell's a good quarterback.
Since we don't see it very often, let's see it again.
He sees both of his backs go right there. He just saw him go both. Now that I don't understand. Oh, there's 32 back there.
Now I think Falcon was probably running the other way.
That's a good possibility. What a break for Ferndale. I just got done saying that they weren't having breaks. Now they got one. Great.
Eagles with a full tee in the back, faking and taking it himself and paying the price as Juby Falcon hit him right there. Griffin gaining about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, they've got to put some points on the board right here. They're down 14-0. Mind you, there's a lot of time left. Well, not much in this quarter, 30 seconds and counting, but they have to get on the board.
John Bazier giving the signals offensively.
Is that what he was doing?
Falcons getting a big break now.
Yep.
So they have a chance now. I think that's what he was doing.
I thought he was trying to fly or something.
No, he is the Eagle coach. Griffin back to pass, has a blitz and unloads too deep. He was hit hard by number 66, John Grondin. Grondin, a sophomore at 5'9", 180, got in there. A defensive end.
Randy St. Laurent was on the ground. He might have tripped over somebody's feet. There was no call, but he wanted to unload the ball before he got unloaded on.
So Griffin now facing a 3rd and 7. And a big down right here for the Eagles. I formation in the backfield. 2 receivers split. Thomas up top. And he's looking towards Thomas. Rolling out. Griffin has to unload. And couldn't even get the ball off. Sacked for a big loss and a 4th down now for the Eagles.
Well, as I was talking about on the last series, the last possession for Ferndale, Andover runs a 4-4 stunt. What that basically means, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Those linebackers can come at any time. That's the key phrase, any time, and they did that time.
At the end of the first quarter, the Andover Barons 14 and the Ferndale Eagles nothing. And the Eagles just want to get some kind of an offensive drive going so they can keep some momentum, but they haven't had that. They've had to punt on every possession so far. Don't forget to tune in to Oakland Forum. That's Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. Back-to-back nights of Oakland Forum right here on United Artists 63. Here are the Ferndale cheerleaders trying to get either the team or the fans cheered up. Trying to get warm too, yeah.
It's getting cold now.
It is. Got my coat on my lap right now, trying to keep my legs warm. Here's Vineyard to punt. This time has a good snap and gets off a great punt. A great punt that lands at about the 10-yard line. And not much more you can ask from the punter than getting it down to the 10.
The return men threw their arm up like they were going to make a catch, but everybody in the stadium and their brother knew the ball was over his head.
David Morgan, you see him jogging off.
Yeah.
He was the man down there.
That was a fantastic punt, I'll tell you. A lot of hang time, very deep, and took a great bounce.
Well, Matt was saying, just give me a good snap. Give me a chance to punt it.
That's all it took, and I'll tell you what, he sure let off a boomer.
Last time he had to run for safety. Here comes Griff Russell, number 10. The quarterback, handing off to his fullback right up the middle, and that is Worthland. Rob Worthland on the carry. Worthland coming into the game had 347 yards on the season on 66 carries and 2 touchdowns.
Here we go. Watch that big offensive line. They're kind of slanting right, and he takes it right through that gap. Breaks a tackle, gets a nice gainer. 2nd down and 1. Russell, the quarterback. 501 yards passing this season. Hands off again to Worthland, and Worthland takes it for a 1st down and more. Well, this is fundamental football right here. Basically, the offensive line, you can watch the surge here. Watch the pulling guard opening up a great hole on the trap, and a great run produces another 1st down.
I mentioned Russell with 501 yards passing this year. Last year as a junior had 850 total on the season. Griff Russell. 2 men in the backfield, man in motion. Hands off again to Worthland, who is 6'1", 195. He's a senior.
Chris DeRozier
carrying the load. Yep.
Made a nice tackle, basically rode him down. That time the offensive line straight up blocking, Dave, and did not produce.
Nope. Brings up a 2nd and 10 now.
Watch the possibility of a trap, draw, something of that nature.
And probably someone other than Worthland carrying the ball. They have gone to him on 3 straight plays. Let's see what happens this time. Russell sends a man in motion and a shift in the backfield. Now he's got Falcon in motion. Russell to pass, intended for number 20, Valdivieso, and he really didn't know who it was intended for and watched it sail over his head.
Man, Matt Robbins was wide open on the sideline. He was running a little, well, I shouldn't say a little, he was running a deep pattern right on the sideline, wide open. If they would have faked the middle, were too deep, that was a touchdown. Let's see if anybody else saw it.
So the Eagle defense trying to come up big here now on a 3rd and 10. Got to stop him. Again, similar formation. And again, in motion is Juby Falcon. Back to pass and a little screen out to Falcon. Falcon hit out of bounds after he gains about a couple yards. So it'll be 4th and a punting down now for the Barons. Well, the first time they've had to punt.
That was a possession type play. I don't understand. Well, they probably should have waited a little while for that one to get going. On a screen pass like this, he's looking over there, and that's his first mistake because the whole defense can see that. It wasn't a very good pass. He had to jump for the ball, and consequently very little gain, of course.
Good read on the Eagle defense then,
but
stepping up there.
That play is real slow in developing, or too fast in developing, actually.
Here are the Barons to punt, and they were going after it. Barlow to punt it, and fielding it is number 8, and immediately a flag flies there.
Now, I question this call if they're going to say he didn't give enough room to catch the ball. Because once that ball hits the ground, you don't have to give him a yard. I mean, it's his decision whether or not he catches the ball, but maybe they'll pick this flag up. I don't know.
Let's see what it is. Morgan had it, and there you see Morgan talking to the coaches.
That's what he told me. I can't touch the ball at all.
Why can't he touch the ball?
We could hear him down there. He said the ref said he couldn't touch it after. What did he do?
I didn't see him
Even if you call fair catch, you can still touch it, can't you?
Well, sure, you can catch the ball. You can stop it from going further.
And like you said, I hope they pick this flag up.
Well, they should.
You're going to ask for an explanation over here if you're on the Ferndale sideline, and the Eagles do. The penalty is declined anyway. I still don't know what the penalty was. Really, there shouldn't have been a penalty, according to
watch this
the
now.
Eagles
He almost gets this one blocked. He barely gets it off. Watch the guy.
Barlow got it in there. And a good effort in there.
Oh, yeah, he was calling a fair catch. There we go. He was calling for the fair catch, but that doesn't mean
he can't touch it.
That's it.
But who called for the fair catch?
He did.
Okay. So Morgan called for it, and Morgan can touch it. I don't think if another player came in, then you have a problem. First and 10, nonetheless, for the Eagles. So whatever happened, it was declined, and it doesn't matter. And we're on with the game, and a big run on a first down carry here by Michael Thomas. Thomas, a junior, 155, 5'8", and is showing us some speed.
Handed the ball off deep in the backfield that time to get a little bit of speed going. Saw his hole and burst right through it. One of their better calls. Watch him take the ball back to him. That allows him to get some speed and to go through that hole faster. Good tackle there by number 34, Rob Worthington. Worthland.
2nd and 6 now. 4 yards on the carry for Thomas. Thomas again. No, rather this is Allward in the backfield. Bill Allward getting it on a deep carry and getting close to a first down, but I don't think he got it.
Again, the similar play as last time. The quarterback's taking the ball deep in the backfield and allowing the running back to build up some momentum. What's also happening is the offensive line is being able to push that defensive line back just a little bit, enough for that hole to break open.
And it's enough for the first down, so a big break for the Eagles as they try to get out of their own territory. Ball now at about the 39-yard line. Full house in the backfield, stunt put on, and taking it is Thomas. Thomas spun around, maybe gained a yard on the play.
Reminds me of the old crossbuck play we used to run back in high school. You fake to the first man coming in, give the other guy.
Don't forget to tune in to Oakland Press Perspective with host Neil Monroe, the editor of the Oakland Press, every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. right here on United Artist 63.
I'm really impressed with our new graphics, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you, we got a guy working on those all night and day and did a nice job on them. Don't you think? They're etched in stone, kind of.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
You don't think I pick up on these things? So.
Right here, you see something you like, too, and that is our parabolic microphone, folks.
What is that?
That is what allows us to hear down on the field. Jeff Jameson, our audio person down there, trying to see things differently. Kind of like the eyes of a fish, if you will. But we don't want to talk about fishing shows on this program.
No fishing. No fishing. Sorry, Mark.
Anyway, the pass incomplete as we get back to the action. Let's take a look.
Here's a replay. Tight end was open that time. I think he looked down at the out-of-bounds stake before he caught it. Might have threw him off because he was right on the sideline. Ball was in his hands, should have had it.
In and out. John Bazier says, yeah, we should have had it.
KARLOS has been throwing the ball rather well on a few occasions. The receivers just haven't caught it.
Primarily running team, and KARLOS has done a pretty good job passing. Handoff to the second man through, and that is Thomas. Gain of about 3 yards, and it'll be fourth down and about 5 coming up.
Conservative play on third down and long. Draws or screens are typically conservative.
Speaking of fishing shows, there you see Mark Gomez, our backup play-by-play man, if you will. But he's doing what he does best, and that is camera work, or so I'm told. Fair catch, or was it a fair catch? Well, penalty now, and it was unofficial whether he got the fair catch.
Well, he didn't call it.
We've had problems with that all night, Bob.
Yeah, he didn't call it.
He kind of raised his hand, but he never got an official.
I thought the other receiver called it. And he was behind him. The ball was kicked over the other guy's head. And once it's called, it's called.
Yeah, Valdivieso called it. And then the other return man.
Right there, see, the first guy called the fair catch.
Then he got out of the way.
Yeah.
And then over there is number 26, Chick. Adam Chick took it when he didn't call for the fair catch. So, nonetheless, penalty flags fly, and that brings the Barons back even further.
I'll tell you what he paid for because he got hit pretty hard at the end of that play.
Yeah.
He's young. He can handle it, right?
Let's see. Hear this call.
Invalid fair catch. White. First down.
First down. Invalid fair catch is the call.
Referees are very technical today.
Yeah, we got to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
He's, seems like a fun guy to talk to after the games.
We're going to take him out with us after. It's a local pub.
In motion, Valdivieso, but he's going to pass. Russell complete to his tight end, Phillips. Phillips still fighting for more yardage. He picked up about 13 yards on the play.
He made a great individual effort they tried to strip the ball from him. You can see it right here. But he made a great individual effort after the catch. So watch this. He gets sacked again. Gets the ball off.
Good pass, too.
Yeah,
he really didn't have time to really set up.
Here's individual effort. In the background, I don't know if you're going to be able to see Juby Falk and throw one of the other players down. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, you're not going to be able to see it here, but it was a good individual effort. Juby made a strong block, we'll say. Just threw him down.
That play gets him out of their own end, pretty much. It gives them room to work. Taking it, and a little mix-up, and a big first down carry for Juby Falcon.
Oh, man, I don't know what happened that time.
What happened that play?
Well, it looked like a draw play. I guess that's what it was.
Quarterback got tangled up.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
And He wanted to look like this was an option play. He could have pitched the ball out, but now in a little cross series, halfback coming across.
The handoff came off
got
clean.
Tied up. Number 60 tried to make the tackle. That was, who was that? I don't have him on my roster. Yeah, I do. That was Mike Olson.
A big run by Falcon. Falcon had it. He just got tied up. Going deep and off the fingertips of Schultz.
Intercepted.
Intercepted.
That was hard to see.
Did he keep it in bounds?
I think
so.
Did
he catch it
They're
in bounds?
calling it an interception.
Let's take a look at this one. Barry Schultz, the intended receiver. Russell throwing deep, and it looked like he was out of bounds right here.
Receiver should have
knocked it back
out.
In play. That's what happened, and Kniffen picked it up with both feet in, and he only has to have one.
Well, that's a
big interception. It looked like the Barons were on the move, and Kniffen comes up with a big interception here.
I'm surprised he didn't catch that ball first, but secondly, he should have knocked the ball down, not up in the air.
Or knock it out of bounds. He knocked it back into the field of play. Stunt. They blow by the quarterback. Griffin gets loose around the outside for a gain of about a yard or two. 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming up.
The best play to call on a 4 when the linebackers are stunning. Here's our score, 14-0, Andover against Ferndale. Getting back to what I was saying, the best play to call when you're having blitzing linebackers are throws your tight ends, quick throws to your tight ends, crossing patterns.
And we're going to cross you up right now with a Roadshow video promo. Roadshow video every Saturday and Monday at 9 p.m. Don't forget to tune in right here on United Artists 63. And there's some music for you, provided by the Ferndale Band. 2nd and 8. Allward is just crunched off tackle by about 4 or 5 Barons, and
Hamburger was in there. I like him.
Kind of made
watch number 50 that time. There's a linebacker coming right up and in, and watch this hit he puts on him. Boom. Nice shoulder in there.
Stood him right up and got some help.
Got a lot of help. That hurt. That was a 5-person tackle.
And nothing on the carry, so it'll be 3rd and 8 now, and a passing down for the the Eagles. Excuse me again. A lot of birds at me. Griffin on the run. Griffin picks up the first down and out of bounds, and the Eagles get another first down.
That was a designed passing play, and they had the linebacker Hamburger down here in the corner. You won't be able to see it, but he's looking. He's going to look his left. He's going to look for his receiver, number 30. He falls down, so he has nothing to do. He takes the ball around to the right and makes a nice gain out of it. That's all individual effort right there. Great play. KARLOS Griffin showing me a lot here today.
He has. He's got to do that to keep this team going, but down on the field we had a penalty flag. So we're going to take the 3rd down over again.
Oh no, what a bad break from Ferndale.
See how far they're going to knock it back. Is it from the line of scrimmage or from the point of the foul?
I didn't see the flag come down. It must have been from the point of the foul.
Looks like it is.
Flip. Brown. 3rd down over.
3rd down over. It's a clip, and well, they knock him back quite a bit here.
Doesn't like using too many adjectives or prepositions. Huh?
That's why he's a no-nonsense kind of guy.
Gotta like that.
No-nonsense kind of rep. That's some of those guys in the NFL, they'll give you a full explanation.
Here's our clock.
Not here.
4:24 left here in the first half. Score 14-0. Andover leading. And basically in control of this game. Ferndale's been hurting themselves with bad penalties and costly turnovers.
Here come the Eagles now. 3rd and 17. And they run a draw, and it opens up big. First down, and what a big play. And number 35 on the carry. Hasn't been in there much.
James Burrell.
James Burrell got the carry.
Showed me some speed there. 5'9", 180 pounds. Broke open. Watch this. Straight dive play. That's all it is. He got hit back, kept his composure, got his legs going, and showed some speed. Here he goes. Almost outran everybody. Of course, guess who makes the tackle?
Yeah, the big thing is getting that first down, and he got it.
Dan Hamburger again. Good linebacker play. Running back making that tackle 15 yards back.
First and 10 now. Ball at about the 37. Taking it is Griffin. Griffin lunging forward and may have a first down, but a flag on the play.
Clip, hold, what was it? One of the two.
Maybe going the other way. It looks like a holding, and it is. It's right in that area of a holding. Let's take a look.
Yep, a couple missed tackles here this time. Yeah, you can see it right there. There's
right
the hold.
there.
Number 73's got a hold of 81. And a couple missed tackles here. Not very good, but doesn't matter. Play's coming back.
First down over.
First down over. You heard the call, and it is a holding. They're going to knock them back now. First.
The second big penalty in this drive. They overcame the first one with a great draw play for 18 yards.
Now they're going to have to come back again on a first and 20.
I'll tell you what, that takes a lot out of an offense, having to come back from these type of deficits.
Harris running in the play. Bernard Harris had a chance to make a big play earlier on a good pass.
So he could have some speed. Maybe they're going to look for a play to him. They need a lot.
There you see the Eagles sidelines. Trying to get the offense fired up, but they've got a lot of ground to make up now. First and 20. Griffin on a draw play. They try the draw again. This time, not as much success as last time. Allward on the carry, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they were looking for that time again. The inside linebackers held their ground, filled the holes, and made the tackle. The key to the draw is they're trying to get the linebackers, if they're blitzing, to get by them.
Don't forget to tune in next week. It's the Rochester Adams Highlanders taking on the Royal Oak Dondero Oaks Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. right here on United Artists 63.
The mighty Oaks are losing their leaves. I know, I've been raking.
Are they? Well, you know, you got the Maples over there in Birmingham Seaholm.
Yep.
So. Second down and 20. Griffin unloads deep. Had his man, but he hit instantaneously. It was number 81, Randy St. Laurent, and that was right there, Bob, but a good play defensively.
A good pass. He almost, watch this now. He's going to go back. He's got some time. He gets pressure right at the end and has to unload it maybe just a second too early. Gets off a decent pass, a real nice pass.
That's a beautiful pass, right there.
And, the defensive player had just enough time to make up ground and come over and knock the ball loose.
Feinberg on the defensive play. And a good defensive hit right there. Makes it a 3rd and 20 now for the Eagles. 3rd and 21. Griffin on the draw. Gives it to his back, Thomas. And Thomas gains maybe about 3 or 4 yards. And will bring up a punting down now, as we see Vineyard come out for the Falcons.
Well, last couple punts been very good. They need a big one here because there's only 2 minutes and 4 seconds and counting left here in the half, and they need to send them deep, so it makes a long drive for additional score if they could. There's our clock, 1:52 and counting.
They're coming. Vineyard got it off. And the Barons are down. On the return was Andy Schultz. Schultz hit and just couldn't go anywhere as they had his feet tied up. 1:38 left now as we see Vineyard getting some pressure here, Bob.
Yeah, he gets the ball off, and it's a low line drive kick. It's one of those you can return, but look at this. He almost got the ball. Holy cow. Feinberg is real close to getting it. This is why they didn't return, is he didn't step up to get the ball once it hit. He waited for the ball to come to him, and consequently wasn't able to put on a return.
Here's Russell. Griff Russell back to pass. Unloads deep. Has his man in and out of his hands. Andy Phillips had it in and out of his hands, and he knew that one.
Oh, God.
Was
he
right
hit him
there.
right on the run. Excellent play by the quarterback. Excellent call by the coach. Just didn't come through with it.
Let's take a look.
Here's the pass. It looks like a perfect one. Nice spiral. And watch it go. Look at that cam work. Slow motion.
Right
Look at that.
there.
Boom, right in his hands, and there it goes, right out.
Oh, and he tried to get it back, and a good play defensively and tying him up.
And look at the ref, right on the play.
And after that play, Phillips holding his one arm up. He didn't have it loose. Russell gets pressured and tries to unload towards Phillips.
We've got a push in the backfield, it looks like.
And Griffin, our quarterback, is out there defensively.
It's against Andover. Looks like one of their offensive linemen tried to push the defender going after the quarterback, so they're going to be called for that. Now, Ferndale's got the option here to take the penalty or take the down.
Clock stopped at 1:15 left in the first half.
They're going to push him back.
Illegal use of the hands. White, 10 yards, second down over.
Still no prepositions. Okay. And here you go. You can you can see right here a lot of pressure on it, and you can see right there he's trying to push from behind. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see that time, but he did. They called it.
If you saw it, Bob, I believe
I saw it.
All right. Russell handing off to Valdivieso, running around, and Valdivieso on a pretty good pickup, but not enough. Timeout called by the Eagles. With this pause in the action, 1:04 left. We'll be back with more right after this.
For some, Sunday dinner with a family is a thing of the past. Now more than ever, the United Way Torch Drive needs your donations so that thousands of elderly can eat at local senior centers. Give a little piece of your heart, because more grandmas should be having Sunday dinner with a family again.